This is a conversation about how increasing temptation doesn't necessarily increase someone's desire, and it has to do with the psychology of sales. So in sales, there's going to come a point in any conversation, actually it can be not sales as well, but in any conversation where the person has to make a decision on the offer that they were presented. And at that point, you should not have to convince anyone of anything. You should not have to tempt them with anything if they're on the fence. Because if you presented your value equation correctly, then you're fine. If you didn't, then you might be tempted to increase the offer. And let's talk about value equations. Let's imagine you're a personal trainer and you sell 5 sessions at a time, five class package type of thing. Person comes in, they have a great workout, you have all the certifications on the wall, you know everything there is to know about fitness, you're friendly, you're charismatic, they come into the office, and if they are just buying sessions, then they're likely not going to purchase. If they're buying being empowered, going to the beach, being able to take their shirt off, going to their reunion, feeling more comfortable in their own skin, then all of a sudden the sessions become transformed into something else. So the first value equation is sessions. You plus your facility equals training once a week. You have nowhere to go from there. You have no rebuttals. You have no insight in how to talk to them if that's what they think of it. If, on the other hand, you are knowing that they're getting being empowered, you know that they're getting going back to the beach, then they're likely to purchase, and then you also have questions to ask them. So what will happen if at that point of offer, you gave them the first value equation if they're just buying sessions? And this is something that's very intangible. These are invisibles that people go through, both on the sales side and on the prospect side. If that happens, you might be tempted, say as a personal trainer, to offer them more. Maybe give them an extra session, a nutrition consultation, a follow-up phone call, free gift bag, something, anything to get them on the other side. That would be a mistake. 1, it would be a mistake. 2, it's not going to work. The reason being is that more temptation, more offer, more service doesn't equate to more desire. It doesn't increase anyone's desire. And the reason for that is, here's the difficulty for sometimes for people to hear. Your ego during their onboarding session of where they came in to experience the workout, right? They come in, you have all these certifications, everything there is to know about fitness. Your ego, your passion for what it is that you do because you're so good at it, you're so well versed in it, blinded you and didn't allow you to see them for who they are, probably 1, but 2, their desire, what they're actually there for. If your highest ideal is, and we'll talk about subcultures. So subcultures, fashion is a subculture. Food, the preparation and serving of food is also a subculture. Fitness is a subculture. When you're involved in a subculture, it becomes your entire world, and you think that this magical place is something that once someone sees, everyone's going to be into it like you are. And that's not the case. That's not the reality of the situation. While some people might be as passionate as you are when they step into your facility, say you have a fitness facility, they might be as passionate about fitness as you are and as your entire team, but most people are just looking for a solution for their problem. And if your highest ideal is your passion for fitness in it of itself, then you're going to miss the obviousness of reality. And that reality is, people are looking for a result, and you have to be able to see and hear and connect with that. So you might have heard this story before. Jack is a construction worker, busts his tooth at the construction site, but luckily his friend that he went to high school with is a dentist. He goes to his friend's office. His friend, the dentist, comes out and looks at his tooth and he goes, yeah, it's chipped, but no worries. Takes about 20 minutes, I can bond it. Jack goes, great, fantastic, so good to hear. How much will it cost? The dentist goes, probably about $500. And then Jack goes, all right, it's fine. How long will it take? Dentist goes, probably about 15 minutes. And then Jack, who's worked construction his whole life, makes $65 an hour, bust his tail, so to speak, working long hours, hard shifts. He's like, $500 for 15 minutes? Like, how? $500 for 15 minutes? That doesn't make any, I have to say something. So finally he says, bro, we went to college, we went to high school together. You're my friend. Explain this to me. Break it down. How is it that it's going to cost $500 and it's only going to take 15 minutes? To which the dentist, without missing a beat, says, well, bro, if you're worried about the time, if that's all you're worried about, I can take as long as you'd like. Yet another analogy. Imagine that you go to your local auto mechanic shop. You've been going there for years. Your car breaks down. They come in or you come into the auto mechanic shop and they're like, hey, you know what? Customer appreciation time. Because we value you as a customer, we're going to take what normally would take a day to fix your car. We're going to take a month. But we want you to come in and we're going to explain everything to you. We're going to show you how we do it. I'm going to tell you the mechanic's background and how much education he has. And we have Wi-Fi and free drinks and but it will take a month and you get to come in every single day for about 2 hours and watch. You see how silly that would be, right? You wouldn't want to do that. And here's the difficult part for anyone's ego to kind of absorb. The prize might not be the chance to work with you. That might not be the prize. The prize might not be hanging out with you. That might not be the prize. The prize might not be coming into your facility. That might not be the prize. And that is a totally different mindset, because oftentimes what happens, if say personal trainers or anybody, offering a service, sometimes they think the time that they're sacrificing for the person coming in is the gold, it's the diamonds, it's the treasure that they're going to get to come in and spend some time with you. But that works both ways. The person across from you is also sacrificing time. And you have to realize that most people are just looking for a solution to their problem. They're just looking for the result. If they do not think that the outcome that you can provide is likely, then they're not going to convert. If they think the outcome is likely, then they will convert. However, if you spend your entire onboarding session, your entire experience or your time with them, ignoring their desire, ignoring everything, and not fully understanding what they're buying, what they're getting, or what their outcome can be, then they're not going to purchase. Why would they? Their desire is here, and you didn't look at it because you assumed that the gift is working with you. The gift is the time you're going to spend with them. When in reality, you should have been finding their desire, figuring out what they want their outcome to be, and then giving them the outcome, keeping it in mind and saying oh yeah, we can do that. We can get you where you need to be in 6 weeks. Now that I know that you want X, Y, and Z, yes, we can do that. We'll get you there as quickly as possible, not as long as possible. It shouldn't be something where it's going to take months or years even. And that's kind of a hard thing sometimes for anybody who's passionate about what they do to hear, because you have spent so much time, you have spent so much money on your education, you have done all of this. But again, think about the dentist, think about going to the auto mechanic shop and spending a month there. You don't want that. So it doesn't change just because it's something you're passionate about. You're still having to find the value equation, make sure that they're getting more than what they're purchasing, that it's more depth and substance. And the only way you're going to do that, the only way you're going to pick up on these intangible cues, whether it be with what they say to you, how they hold their body language, is by using that frame. If you do that, then you can give them, or you can highlight the outcome that they're going to get from working with you. So that's just something to think about, that more temptation does not equal more desire, and that if you're just selling whatever it is you're selling or offering, if it's just surface, they're likely not going to buy. And if you don't pitch them the outcome, if you don't present to them the outcome that they're going to get with you, then again, very unlikely that they're going to convert, no matter how charismatic, no matter how many certificates you got. You have to realize you are not the prize. So yeah, just something to think about. And if you have any questions, please send me a message.